45 miles an hour is the claimed top speed on this 4,800 watt dual motor electric bike.
43 on my GPS, 44 on board. Dude, what is that? You're crazy, bro.
Do you want to try it?
Definitely heavy.
So careful not to let it get too sideways.
Oh my God. That's probably the gnarliest e-bike I've ever ridden.
It's called the Aniioki A9 Pro Max 52 volt dual motor, and it's got 26 by 4.8 inch wide tires, and this thing weighs 145.5 pounds, including the battery. Not looking forward to putting this thing together. But that's exactly what we're about to do. Then we're gonna take it for a test ride and see how good it is. They say we can do 200 miles of range on this thing, but probably not the way I ride it.
Scurrying through this sand, yeah, I mean, we're absolutely cooking.
It does have a huge battery. I mean, dude. E-bikes are just getting out of freaking control. List price on this one is right around 3,700 bucks. They do have 2 different fork options, which will change the price. Any sort of discount I can offer you will be linked below the video in the description box. So click that link, check out the company website, and if you do end up buying this thing, use that link below. It would help support my reviews, but don't buy it just yet. Let's review it first. So this thing is so big, it comes in 2 separate boxes. And my goodness, look at the freaking size of these tires. 4.8 inches wide, 26 inches tall. Tires do not get any beefier than this on an electric bike. Well, this year. And speaking of massive, look at the freaking size of the brake rotors. 300 millimeter brakes. That is like twice the size of a normal e-bike rotor. Aniioki motor on front. There's all the numbers on it for you. It says it's an 1,800 watt motor, 52 volts. Motor 1 of 2 on this bike. And they give us a lock that I would not want to secure a bike this expensive up with something like this, but they give you one. And a set of mirrors. A set of mirrors with a crotch rocket on it. Dance with the wind, motorcycle mirror. And the wrestling match begins. And here's what it looks like if you get it out of the box. And this one has the black frame, but there are 2 other color options linked below the video in the description box. Controllers, yes that is plural, are mounted in here, listed as dual 32 amp controllers. Should make for some big power. And speaking of big, look at the size of this chain ring back here, dude. That thing looks huge. We'll take a closer look at that in a minute. And of course it is full suspension. Looks like the rear will have dual Fast-Ace 350 pounds per inch coil shocks. They are adjustable. Around back we get that same huge rotor, and we can see they are hydraulic brakes, 4-piston hydraulic brakes. Appears to be the same Mafia brakes that we saw on the last Aniioki bike I reviewed. And back here we can see the other motor. Should be a copy paste of what's front. 1,800 watts is what it says on there. Runs on 52 volts. The diameter of the seat post tube is typical for Aniioki, much larger than a typical one. So if you want to swap this out for a suspension seat post, don't count on that. Go in the hole. But the good news is on this bike, the seat is adjustable height with this clamp here. And the seat, typical Aniioki fashion here, is a big, thick, long seat. Feels pretty soft, pretty wide, very unique to Aniioki. And taking a peek up front, we see we do have the dual crown fork. This one has the upgraded air fork. This costs a little bit more than the standard hydraulic fork. It's an option on the official site when you click the link below. It's got some adjustments here on the right stanchion for compression, and under here would be where you add air. So to get that dialed in, you'd use something called a shock pump. These things have a little bit higher PSI than a normal pump, so don't use a normal tire pump on that. And looks like it comes with a set of a few keys here, including some sort of alarm and wireless start. 2 of them, normal keys, which you use to remove the massive battery. Whoa, man. Which by itself weighs about twice as much as Lance Armstrong's bike, 30.6 pounds. Alexa, how much does Lance Armstrong's bicycle weigh?
15 pounds.
Spot on. Listed as a 52 volt battery, 3,058 watt hours of energy in this thing. Is that the charger? Charger is listed as Aniioki brand. Output is 58.8, that's the max charge of a 52 volt battery. 8 amp charge rate, listed as a 60 amp hour battery pack. 60 amp hour divided by 8 amp. So about 7.5 hours to charge that thing from completely empty to completely full. round grips, headlights, turn signals, horn, controls, Mafia hydraulic brakes, Shimano 7-speed, and the right side has the full twist throttle, my fave. Got a user manual, turn signals. Where's my tools, bro? Where's my tools? Pedals are the standard issue. Metal, was expecting it to be well go, no brand. That'll do it. Headlight on, turn signals on, plastic fender on. Rear rack installed. Looks like it's got some mounts for a seat. And we're about to get this TFT display fired up in a moment. But first, gotta flip this thing around and show you this chainring. This is an absolute freaking unit. Bro, look at the size of this freaking chainring. Listed as a 72 to 300 millimeters, same size as the brake rotor. Was that on purpose? I mean, dude, this is just absolutely insanely huge. It's got a guard on the outside of it, not on the inside, which is why the chain fell off in shipping. Not a big deal though. But the size of this chain ring, what it's gonna do is allow you to do high speed pedaling. Final gear ratio on the rear is determined by a 7-speed Shimano cassette and a pretty typical tourney derailleur. They did not ship this one with a derailleur guard, so careful not to knock this massive bike over and smash that thing. And typically I throw all my bikes on the scale. I honestly don't even think I could pick this thing up. I mean, they say 145 pounds. I feel like that's probably accurate. Just picking up the batteries enough for me, so let's go ahead and do that and drop it in there. And I'm kind of curious, now that the battery's in there, what if we just press, oh yeah, it works. So unlock, lock, and let's try the alarm thing. Oh, that turned it on. Wait, let's turn it back off. Lock. Yeah. So you can press the zap, Aniioki. So we've seen this display before, color display with all the readouts here. It's actually got 2 power meters. Looks like battery ships at 43%, which is healthy. It's on rear wheel drive right now. Eco mode, so all your stuff right here. There is 5 levels. Tap the M button. That'll go to front wheel drive, and then dual motor green. Blue and green mode on dual motor. Looks like our signal is on up there. I'm noticing the back of them has a little bit of blue light when it's on. Fancy signals. Signals on the back as well, and a brake light that flashes when you hold the brake lever. Turning on the headlights, turns on the rear. It's actually a pretty nice looking light. Grabbing the brake lever, makes it flash. Headlight has 2 modes, and in broad daylight, if we shine it on the box over there, probably not a very helpful comparison in the daylight. It's probably got some advanced settings if you hold plus and minus. No, what was that? Oh, you can turn the screen off. Oh, that's kind of cool, maybe for night riding so it doesn't blind you. I like that. Hold the M button. Well, I'm sure there's advanced settings. So let me give you an idea of the size of this thing. I'm 6'5", inseam 34. Seat is on maximum height, which is very, very high. See if I can even get on this monster truck. Oh man, I love the seat on the Aniioki. It's like really wide and squishy suspension. Feels good at a standstill. Here's what my pedal stroke would look like with the seat on maximum height. So actually, probably could get some pedaling in on this thing. And the riding position, seat on max is about level with the handlebars, so seems all right. Tippy toes can just barely reach the ground, and I'll go ahead and drop the seat down to minimum height, which looks like it'll reduce by about 8-9 inches. So seat on minimum height, standover height is kind of high. Inseam 34, I have pretty much just enough room to kind of clear it, as you can see here. But once I'm on board, pedal stroke would look like this, so this bike could definitely fit a shorter rider. And then handlebars are a little bit higher in proportion to the seat, so a little more relaxed riding position with seat on minimum height. And let's just turn that throttle. Oh yeah. Should be an absolute beast of an electric bicycle. Let's actually just throw it on pedal assist 5, see if we can get weight up on the kickstand. Yep, seems fine. Pedal assist 5, ready, go. Yeah. Definitely a little bit juicy. Wow. So it'll spin up to 55 miles an hour with no load, and I just put it on cruise at 55 actually. My goodness. All right, let's go try this electric bicycle out. All right, dudes, let's check out the Aniioki A9 Pro Max electric bicycle. Of course, we're gonna fire up the Strava, check our official range on this beast of a battery, 52 volt, 60 amp hour. Oh yeah, let's fire this thing up. And the very first thing I'm noticing about this bike is I don't even want to get on it until I'm on it. It's so big, just hopping on and off is kind of an ordeal. And here's what the headlights look like here in the elevator. Pretty bright looking, and yeah, pretty bright tail light as well. That flashes when you grab the brake lever. And let's go ahead and try the 20% grade. We're gonna use front motor only for starters. I'm just kind of curious, does it have enough juice to do it on front motor, throttle only? I weigh 200 pounds, ready to go. So it kind of eases on that throttle there, just front motor only. Pretty solid performance considering the weight of this thing, but it won't do it all the way. Oh shoot. All right, yeah, we got some juice on that front motor. And let's go ahead and flip it on over into rear motor only. Rear motor typically I'll give a little more juice than just front. So rear motor only, 20% grade, no pedaling, ready to go. So I don't think it's giving me the full current. Maybe it has to get up to speed. The motor, you know, sometimes they'll give you kind of like a little bit of a cutoff on the slower speed so you don't burn your motor up. And we'll press that M button here, switch it on over to all-wheel drive blue mode. And let's give it a rip now, ready to go. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh yeah, we're cooking now, dude. That's at like 14 miles an hour, I think. Yeah, feels pretty juicy. And these tires, man, this just feels like an absolute monster truck on these 4.8-inch wide tires out here. My goodness. And I am noticing it does kind of put you up on the handlebars a little bit in like a bicycle riding position when you have the seat on maximum height. Yeah, the weight of this thing is just on another level. And the power, oh yeah, all right, let's not run this Lexus over. Air suspension is feeling nice. Probably could have added a little bit of air in that, but let's just dial up the compression. It feels really nice. All right, before we get too crazy on this thing, let's just switch it over to rear motor. Pedal assist 0 does nothing. So if your battery dies on this thing, you're gonna be absolutely screwed riding it home. We have it in the very top gear. Let's put it down to 1 with this massive 72 tooth chainring up front. This is gonna be an interesting day. Pedal assist 1 takes us to around 12 miles an hour, and if you ride it like this, you could legitimately do over 100 miles of range on this thing, I bet. You know, 200 might be a bit of a stretch, just depends on how much you pedal it. And it does have cruise control, so just maintain your speed for 8 seconds and it'll put on cruise. You can also activate that manually with the minus button. We'll do that later. For as big as this bike is, you can actually kind of ride this thing like a normal e-bike. I'm sure my pedaling isn't doing much. I just want to crank it on to 0. Well, we're on it downhill actually. Put it down to gear 1 and pedal assist 0, and yeah, dude, this thing is an absolute freaking monster. I'm like pedaling, you know, I'm putting a little bit decent amount of pedaling force in here. Like on a normal bike, this would probably be taking me like 15 miles an hour. We're going 5. Pedal assist 1, give me some juice, there we go. Rear motor only, let's try pedal assist 2. Oh yeah, I mean, this, all right, we're on gear 7, going 23 on pedal assist 2, 1 motor. This thing is gonna be absurd. And the seat on this thing is really comfortable. I love how wide it is, how long it is. Going around a turn does not feel like you would ever lose grip on these beastly tires. And yeah, you can feel the weight of this machine when you just go to turn. I would not consider this a nimble electric bicycle by any means, but I do feel like Superman out here just basically ghost pedaling. Like I'm not even putting any power of my own in. Like it doesn't matter if I'm actually pedaling or not. This thing just weighs so much at this point. I mean, you're really just not gonna propel this thing with human power too much at all, but you can get yourself a workout in and look like an electric bicycle. So we'll put on pedal assist 3, 1 motor still. Looks like we're doing about 900 and 800 watts there on the power. And these brake rotors are just out of this world, dude. 300 millimeters, I think it's a 3 millimeters thick 4-piston hydraulic brakes. I mean, this is like something you'd see on a motorcycle, dude. Wait, are we on a motorcycle? Let's try pedal assist 2, 1 motor, ready to go. So throttle only on pedal assist 2. I'm gonna dial it, so it doesn't give us like the full juice. Let's put it on pedal assist 1. Throttle's doing nothing, so out of the box, throttle power is tied to your pedal assist level. So it doesn't matter if you're turning the pedals or turning the throttle, same effective power application. Still on single motor, let's try pedal assist 4 and try and hit some turns here just a little bit. Oh, dude. This has got to be like the biggest e-bike I've ever rode. And I did not throw my polarized shades on. Let's go ahead and see if we can see that display. I forget what it was. Can you see it or not? Oh yeah, I can see it just fine, perfect. So we're gonna just ride this thing off-road here just a little bit, feel out the suspension. Feels fine. Suspension, this air fork feels pretty decent actually. Like I said, I probably could have put a little more air in it. I'm gonna crank up the compression just a bit more there. Yeah, feels all right riding off road, not bad at all. And still single motor. Let's just try pedal assist 5 and see what it'll do on single motor only. Feels like a motorcycle out here, going about 30 on just rear motor, and it's showing the right meter says 963, and the left meter says 700. I'm a little confused about what these power meters actually mean. Flip on a blinker here and we're gonna cross this road at the intersection. So I was thinking about going over there and pressing the crosswalk thing as a pedestrian, but like it just really feels too cumbersome to even try doing that. My toes are just barely touching the ground, the seat on max height, which actually is a good thing for a tall rider so you can get the proper pedal stroke. So we're gonna flip it on to dual motor now. And I'm gonna dial it down to pedal assist 1. Wait, we might need more juice than that getting out of here. Pedal assist 1, dual motor. I'll just basically instantly get you to 11, 12. Pedal assist 2, hit you with some juice. And about to hit this corner, I feel like I'm about to put my knee down on the pavement or something. Yeah, careful with that front wheel going around a corner. It's got a lot of juice. Pedal assist 2, it didn't start spinning on me, but dual motor, pedal assist 3, well, let's see if this Mazda is gonna see us coming, because we got a lot of weight to slow down on this thing. Throwing on pedal assist 4 and see how the front wheel feels going around a turn. Oh yeah, we're all right. Got the electric unicycles coming through, and let's give this thing a 0 to 20 acceleration run. I don't know if this is the best place to do it, but GPS. We're on the blue dual motor, full throttle ready, go. All right, power stick's pretty good. 20. Basically it feels like a freaking freight train leaving the station. Very heavy, big bike, and accelerates hard. Let's come back here and give that one more rip go in this direction. So stopped, ready, go. So it's like manageable. 10, 20, and that dude was trying to play chicken with me or something. I don't know. Definitely should have added a little bit of air to that front shock though, because it's diving, but feels super smooth on the air shock. I'd have to say that'd probably be worth the $100 upgrade getting the air shock. Is this bike worth the purchase price? I'm not sure yet. Let's feel it out today. A little bit of wheel spin there on that turn. I just want to try front motor just a little bit here. Oh, front motor. So it'll be pretty gentle on the power if you put it on front motor actually. Like I can just kind of pin it on pedal assist 5 and it's not going to spin out on me. So that's good for safety reasons. Let's see if this bottoms out. Oh no, that felt smooth, man. This thing just feels so freaking giant. Now, what is the difference between green and blue dual motors? I have it on green now. I don't know. I can't tell a difference, honestly. Yeah, careful not to run anybody over with this thing, man. Could be a big problem. I mean, this is just an insane amount of weight and speed.
Dude, what is that? You're crazy, bro.
Do you want to try it?
It's crazy. I'm 6 foot.
They say it's 4,800 watts between the two. I'll put it on dual motor for you. But you have like experience with like e-bikes.
Yeah.
The thing you're gonna notice about this is like the weight is absolutely crazy. This one, building this is
tall.
It's pretty big,
like
yeah.
5'6", they'd have a tough time on.
Yeah, and that seat's like kind of almost on like the minimum. So, and you're 6 foot.
Okay, yeah.
It's only on pedal assist 1, so you feel free to crank it up. Yeah. Jack is giving it a try. We used to ride Surons together sometimes.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Definitely heavy, a lot of power, but it's also comfortable to ride. I don't know. I think at this point though, I prefer the thumb things rather than the throttles on like e-bikes.
Okay.
But it's sweet.
I think it would be like a delivery driver. But that is a good question. Like, who's this bike for? I
Definitely felt, I got it up to like 30. It felt pretty stable.
Yeah.
Probably a little more stable than my guy. This thing is pushing the limits on what an e-bike can be, I feel like.
It really is. I was thinking about taking on the 405. What are you riding?
The Jan Snow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was in one of your videos before, actually.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I think I bought this because of that.
How you liking it?
I like it. I
Awesome.
kind of upgraded it some.
Oh, right on, dude. Good to see you, man. All right, so we're gonna test the top speed on this thing. We got on the blue dual motor mode, full throttle. So I'm not sure how to read the power output there, but we're cooking, that's for sure. And I can easily keep up with the pedaling. Not that it even matters. My pedal probably. Gotta do across the street. We got a car crossing the street. Come on, bro, get across. We're hitting 40, and I'm gonna have to do a lane change here to pass the touch slot. Not even pedaling, doing 41 according to 42 on GPS, and 43 on GPS. I'm gonna give it a little tuck here. Get a little aerodynamic, and 43 on my GPS, 44 on board, and I keep on the pedaling, but I don't think it's gonna actually propel the bike. Oh, we're on cruise control, just cruising at like 43 miles an hour. So yeah, I think Jack kind of nailed it there. This is kind of pushing the limit on what an e-bike can even be. And that was the blue dual motor mode. Let's give it a full rip here. Yeah. So not only can we go fast on this e-bike, we should be able to go really fast for a very long time with that huge battery. We'll see how the range pans out. That jam next to me, that's how I feel on this e-bike. So let's switch it to green mode here. Go. I don't know, dude, it pulls like regardless of green or blue. 20, and we got a little headwind going this way. No need to be in the bike lane on this beast. So going into headwind, I mean, we're still pulling, dude. There's so much weight on this bike, dude. And going like 43 miles an hour, this thing feels stable, dude. Like there's so much weight, the wind doesn't like blow you around or anything. Dude, that chick, she's trying to get somebody in the bike lane, man. Holy crap, you see how fast she just went past that guy on a bike? So going into headwind, yeah, this thing will do 37, 38 into headwind. Not even pedaling, 39 into headwind. So just absurd amounts of speed and power on this thing. Now the price is not cheap. If you do want to grab one though, I do have that link down below. Should have a discount code down there for you. If you want to get the best price and also help support my reviews, use that link below the video. And we're about to get out here and rip it on the sand, see how it does out there with these monster truck tires. I'm so tempted just to hop out there right now. We'll resist and get out there soon. Man, Santa Ana wins air. What's up, Ken? Maybe we should get Ken on this bike. He'll be looping back in a few. All right, we got enough juice to get up here. This is one of these bikes that definitely just puts a smile on your face. Let's see if we can do this. This might be a little sketch. Whoa, I'm scared of getting sideways because it weighs so much. I don't even know if I can catch myself if it starts to tip with my seat up here on max height. But I mean, these knobby 4.8-inch tires, dude, these things are everything. But merging back in here, please don't lose your balance. I don't want to fall on the concrete. So let's continue the route here. Got some paramedics out. Something might be going down over here. Not really sure. All right, so let's see if we can run up this hill over here. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to snake through all this traffic. Let's see what we can do. Ready? Go, full throttle. So not even pedaling, obviously. I mean, this thing's got the juice. And let's feel the suspension out riding through here. Feels fine. Rear's a little bit tight, but it is adjustable, and I did not adjust it at all. Thanks, man. He said nice bike. Looks like Venice is closed off to the general public here today. Yeah, but if you're out here navigating the general public, this thing definitely do have some weight to it. Oh gosh, you can barely touch the ground. Throwing out of it. It's so hard to touch the ground, man. But makes for a great riding position once you're up on the bike.
It's a nice bike.
Yeah, it's a big one.
You want to trade?
Sure. It's a dual motor one.
Oh, and you have two.
Yeah.
How much was that?
They sell it for just under $4,000. Yeah, it's expensive. I'm just doing it.
I paid more for this.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Do you want to try this one?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, dude.
He is a beast. Look at that. Dual motor too?
Yeah.
Jesus. 6'1".
60 amp hours. So
60 amp hours?
yeah.
Oh my God.
I got it up to 43. I don't want you to take it up to 43.
Yeah. It's like riding a
What a
Clydesdale. That's crazy.
You're gonna notice it's got some weight to it, so careful not to let it get too sideways.
Oh my God. It's crazy, dude. Crazy.
Right.
It feels pretty heavy. It's probably easier to deal with you, but like with me, I'm like barely touching my feet down almost.
No, it's the same for me when I put the seat on max height, but it gets it makes it so you have like a proper pedal stroke, like once your feet are off the ground.
I mean, it just wants to like get up and go. Like on 2, I barely touch the pedal and it's like, yeah.
You can switch the motor modes, then it'll put it on single motor,
Yeah.
and it'll give you like half the power, makes it like more controllable.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's probably the gnarliest e-bike I've ever ridden.
I mean, it really doesn't get too much more gnarly than this,
Right?
honestly.
Like the rotors on that
Yeah.
are like 300s or something crazy.
Exactly, 300s, yeah. Good guess. It's absolutely like insane in like every way. Weight, range, price, brakes.
And they just never need to charge it again. Like,
Yeah, no, you can do 100 miles on it, I'm
Yeah.
sure, yeah. Just depends on your speed and stuff,
Totally.
but like who wants to be on a bike for longer than that?
Yeah.
They sell it online. It's a beast of a bike, man. You gonna take a
That's
picture
it
of
right
it?
there, huh?
Yeah.
Up in the bay, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I seen a dude like this, but it wasn't a beast like this, man. It was up in Tahoe.
This would be good for
Like a big
Tahoe.
Hummer, huh?
Right? It is like the Hummer of e-bike.
The Hummer of e-bikes. Maybe that's what I'll title the video. Let's strip it out here over the boardwalk and then on the stand, see how this thing feels. I'm just gonna go right about here, full throttle, and we're running about 24 PSI on the tires. And as you can see, not pedaling this thing at all, going through the soft sand here, just absolutely freaking decimating. And the 4.8-inch wide tires allows you to really just turn, and that knobby tread extends out to the very edge of the tire, so you can like turn, it'll still grip in on the sand. If we go down here, we can probably get this thing up to about 30, but I'm not really trying to run somebody over with a bike that weighs this much, or any bike for that matter. But let's try and go up the hill here, and I'll just kind of ease on the power here a bit and see if we can crank through this sand. Yeah, I mean, we're absolutely cooking, and it feels really stable because it's so heavy. I'm not even gonna go on the boardwalk, dude. I'm just gonna keep riding on the sand because this thing is just an absolute monster of an electric bike. Oh my goodness. I just want to try and stop. Let's completely stop here and then full throttle. So yeah, I mean, and if we drop the PSI down to like 10, it would probably do even better, or it definitely would do even better. Oh, probably need a little more air in that fork. Let's go ahead and, oh, got a little chain rub, lost the chain there. Oh no, I didn't lose the chain. The chain, I'll show you what happened to the chain. It's fine actually. As I was saying, those tires grip into the sand. Chain was, I have my hand on the brake. Don't want to, you know, stick your hand down in a high power train. It's got a little bit, you know, a little bit loose when it's on the top gear of 7 there, so it got over and just kind of grabbed the tire grabbed the chain and kind of pulled it down there, but it's actually fine. And we're about to run it up to the top of the California incline, see what kind of speeds we can hit from the base of the California incline. Full throttle. Looks like we have a non-motorized bike here. We're already hitting 20 and cruise control 25, 30, and we're still gaining. And it's on cruise. Oh, I thought it was on cruise 32. Oh, we're gonna have to let off regardless because as you can see, we're just absolutely cooking by non-motorized bikes. So a lot of power, a lot of weight, freight training up that hill as well. And speaking of weight, we do have massive brakes. Let's see how they do going down the California incline. Yeah, I shouldn't be on the bike path probably. I was probably going a little bit fast up there. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the road on the way out of here.
Seems bigger than a motorcycle.
She says it's bigger than a motorcycle. So we're gonna go on the road. There we go, full throttle. So we have pretty strong headwind right now, but it is downhill. Gaining speed rapido. And I don't know how fast I actually want to go, because I don't know if these brakes are gonna stop us, but I hope they do. We're hitting 43, 44. Yeah, I'm letting off. I think we can make this turn. We can make it, we can make it, we can make it, we can make it. And full throttle on the PCH now. little tailwind, we could probably get this thing up to some pretty high speed. Don't pull out in front of me, bro. Oh shoot, that's a pretty harsh bump right there. Patrol car, hopefully they're not radaring. Yeah, this thing can do 40 easily all day, I feel like. But if you give it a little bit of run out, a little bit of aerodynamic tuck, you can get over 40. All right, I'm gonna try and shave off some of that speed. Yeah, I mean, the brakes, they feel good. They're hydraulic with huge rotors and 4 pistons. So I'll show you what it looks like to stop from about 20. We're gonna have a lot of dive on that front suspension. Oh yeah, brakes actually work really, really well out of the box anyway. And these massive tires, they really plant that negative power down to the ground pretty well. Do that one more time, man, turning this thing. Let's see what speed we hit here. That's about 23. Oh yeah. So hydraulic 4 piston on the biggest rotors I've ever tried on an e-bike, and the widest tires also. This dude's cooking on this thing, is it? So we're showing about 87% remaining on the battery. We're gonna head on home, check the final range. I'll share my final thoughts on this e-bike along the way. List price, $3,900 in this current spec with the air fork on it. Now that is a pretty penny to pay for an electric bike. I can't really think of too many more electric bikes with pedals that cost this much. Now, in terms of the performance, obviously you have an absolute huge battery. Should get some insane range out of this thing. And you know, obviously big time power, big time acceleration, big time speed. Should you pay basically $4 grand for this electric bike is the question. That is a question for you to answer, my friend. If you do want to grab one, I do have a discount link down below this video in the description box. If you'd use that link down there, it'll give you the best price and also help support my reviews here at Tail Happy TV. And I greatly appreciate your support. I think I thought of a good title for this video. If Texas was an e-bike. What do you think? Definitely feeling very motorcycle-like out here. Whipping on by the Honda Fit. Still pulling 41, 42. We just got this thing on cruise control at 37. I feel like this is a nice healthy speed. All right, dude, just rolling back into the neighborhood here. Let's see where we end up on final range. So they say, you know, 200 miles of range maximum. You'd have to be going pretty freaking darn slow. I don't think that's the way you want to ride one of these, but I don't know, you do you. So it says 82% remaining on the battery, and that is after hour 27 minutes ride time. That is after 19.3 miles, average speed 13.3 miles an hour on the average speed. I mean, if you're looking for a long range, fast, powerful electric bike, this is certainly an option. Can you get 200 miles on it? I don't know, I wouldn't count on that. You could probably do 100 if you ride like, you know, reasonably fast. But if you're going super, super fast, you might not even do 100. But regardless, I mean, you're gonna get some insane range out of this thing. So if you do wanna grab one, don't forget, use that link down below the video. It would help support this channel and also give you the best price because I have a little coupon code down there. However, if this is not the e-bike you're looking for, watch this video right here, man. YouTube is recommending it and they know what kind of e-bikes you wanna see. Catch you over there.